What's going on? It's Spencer, and today I wanted to get in just a little bit into the age-old debate of why gear doesn't matter. At least when you're starting out, it's definitely kind of a no-brainer. It's more important to start than worry about the gear that you're actually starting with. And this video is basically just about the audio gear that I use to create the podcast, The Creative Herd. When I was first starting out, I knew there was certain microphones and all the other jazz that comes with starting a podcast, and that can get super expensive. It almost seems like every single person on YouTube today is using a Shure SM7B, which is no doubt one of the best mics of all time. But do you need that to get good audio? Well, of course not. And especially if you're just starting a YouTube channel today, or starting to stream on Twitch, or starting a podcast, there are plenty of options out there. And when I started the podcast, I didn't know if it was actually something I was going to keep up. So I didn't want to invest a ton of money right off the get-go. And I actually built my entire podcast setup for under the price of one Shure microphone. I say that just because it's intimidating to start something and drop a ton of money when you have no idea what it's going to be like when you actually start that thing. So my first piece of advice of whatever you're doing is just to start and then upgrade along the way as you see fit. So for me, what I started with was the Behringer Ultra Voice. It actually is a pack of 3 mics, and they're literally just handheld mics. And a pack of these for me costs $60. The catch is that they're XLR mics. And for me, that's something that doesn't bug me. I prefer XLR over USB, but I think these days it really comes down to a durability versus quality thing. But the next thing you're gonna need is obviously an XLR cable. So to match the 3 microphones, you'll need 3 XLR cables. So call those 15 to 20 bucks each. And then you're gonna need to plug those mics in somewhere. This is where how many guests or how many tracks you want really impacts the decision of what you're doing. Like, are you streaming straight to the computer for a Twitch stream, or are you run and gun style, which is what I wanted to do and be very mobile for a podcast setup. The simple method I used was going straight into a Zoom H6. Now Zoom has the pod track, and that has either a 4 or 8 input, and these things are super affordable. They start around $260, and most of the Zoom products can actually double as an audio interface. Or you could just get a dedicated audio interface if you're always going to be close to a computer. So you could stop your setup there, or you could go a little bit further and get some windscreens to help with plosives. And I'm sure you've seen boom arms that attach to your desk, or a desktop stand like this. That just means that your guests or yourself don't have to be holding the mic every time you want to talk. So instead of just going out and buying whatever gear you think is best, I would start with a goal in mind. And for me, that was being minimal and super portable. And that's exactly what this setup is. Just to have some mics, a stand, and an H6, and I can literally go anywhere. And I can have all of this, a 3 mic setup, for under the cost of one Shure SM7B mic. And for somebody starting out like me, that is huge. So I hope that sheds some light on why gear doesn't always matter, and that you can start creating with whatever's in your grasp. So thanks for watching. Start creating. See you in the next one. Peace.